No.
Oh, right, I'm doing the intro now. Yay! Hi everybody. Zero Interest. We're back with another show. This camera's... better.
Yeah.
Um,
This time it was his pick.
Yay! Well, yay. A certain definition of yay. Um, so we're done with Konosuba. That was I'm gonna go with an okay show.
Yeah,
Had some good spots. Had some not so good spots. Um,
but generally enjoyable. I guess it's more enjoyable if you don't try to break it apart critically.
yeah,
And I think that kind of goes with most comedy series.
some more than others. Like there are some comedy series that can stand up to that sort of scrutiny. Probably not as many as say drama series.
Yeah.
Um, so now that Konosuba's done, it is once again my pick for what we're doing for the show.
And another show that starts with a K,
Yeah.
Kaiji.
Wonder if we should try and make an anagram by the end of this. So we have RKK so far. Anyway, yeah, Kaiji is the show that we're doing. The show about gambling and lying and bluffing and manipulating.
Yep.
Yeah. All things of joy.
So I guess I'll take things here. It has a surprisingly upbeat opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly so. And we open on Kaiji, Kaiji Ito, whose life has been kind of crap. He's gambling away what little money he has. He doesn't have a job.
His life's kind of crap, but you get the impression that it's kind of crap because he doesn't try to be better than crap.
Yeah. And he has this hobby of going out and stabbing certain cars' tires and stealing, like, hood ornaments.
Yep, fancy cars and stealing their hood ornaments, yeah. Because by his logic, if you have a car like this, you can't be a good person anyway.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
Anyways. So he goes and he collects those things, and one day, he's paid a visit by this big guy in a trench coat with these sunglasses who wants to talk to him about this former coworker or friend that he had. And he realized, and he's like, I don't think that you should go into my house and see all the hood ornaments I stole. He's like, oh, we'll go out for tea. And he's like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll take my car. That sounds like a great idea. And they go out, and the car that he stabbed the tire of was this guy. He's like, well, I guess we're going inside.
Yeah, sorry, I got a flat, so we're going to have to stay here. But it's such a nice day out. I mean,
But he'd previously hidden the hood ornament, so it was fine for a while until he got caught lying for being the one who did everything.
Yeah,
and the guy's like,
it sucks that you got pranked like that. I mean, some people these days, it was you, wasn't it? I didn't say anything about a prank. I said I just had a flat.
Yeah, and it's like hood ornaments. I was like, yeah, sorry, I make these. Yeah, how do you know that was for my car or whatever? My car would have that.
Yeah.
So he basically gets caught lying super hard. But the guy's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to shake you down for money right now. I can shake down the auto shop guy.
Yeah, basically there is no chance of me getting any money from you because you're such a fucking deadbeat loser. So I would have better chances of getting it from the auto shop.
So we go to this guy's office or something. And he's like, all right, so remember that friend of yours? Well, you kind of is the guarantor to his debt.
By the way, his name's Furuhata. He does come back later in the show. I can't remember whether it's this season or next season.
But Furuhata, yeah. So Kaiji's like, that's... Okay, how much is it? How much is it? Oh, it's $300,000. Oh, well, that's... In the end, that's like $3,000 you can make, I guess, payments of $3,000 or payments.
300,000 was the full amount, so $3,000 was the full amount,
Yeah.
but it was 20% interest, and he
Over
hadn't paid a
14 months.
single cent of that, or a single yen rather.
So it comes out, it's 3,850,000 yen.
So $38,000, give or take.
Yeah. So don't worry, you can pay it off in 10, 11 years.
Makes a big show of working out all of the amounts that he would have to. That wouldn't work. You couldn't afford 1,000 yen a month. That wouldn't work. So, 100,000 yen rather. So, he's already done all these calculations before, but he's putting on a show.
Mm-hmm. That's what this whole kind of scene is. It's this guy putting on this show. If he's the good guy, he's going to help you out, but he's also like, yeah, no, he's trying to break Kaiji, I guess, to kind of manipulate him, and it's very.
If you put that giant nose to the grindstone for 11 years, you could probably get out of it. It's going to be a hard life, but you'll get out of it by 32, 33 years old. It's only 10 years, right?
I feel like the reason why his nose is so long is because of a reference to Pinocchio.
Could be.
Because in the show about lying and Pinocchio's nose grows when he lies, I feel like that would be kind of a way to, since he gets caught lying so much, that would be a way to kind of add a little bit of symbolism to it.
Might also be the thing that One Piece was trying to do with Usopp's. Oh wait, no, Usopp's nose was a Pinocchio thing, wasn't it? Or was it supposed to be there's a thing about Tengu, and I can't remember whether that's a thing about lying as well.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Either way, I'm going to make comparisons to things that I see.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, basically, guys well, there is this boat. It's sponsored by this company, and they're not really doing it for any selfish reasons or anything, but you can go on this boat and you can gamble your way to clear your debts.
I don't think he puts it in quite that nice a term. I think it's more like, okay, this is what I really want you to do. You're going to go on this boat, you're going to gamble. Maybe you get off, maybe not. You'll have to do 1 or 2 years hard enforced labor.
Yeah. Losing will be forced labor.
But it's also a chance to get out of this pile of debt completely scot-free.
Yeah.
He doesn't really dress it up as much as he possibly could.
Yeah, but he says there's a company behind it, private company. Don't worry about it. They're not doing it for selfish reasons. They're just going to help you get out of debt, and they're going to get their money's worth. But half the people who get on the ship get out. So, and Kaiji's half.
Well, he doesn't quite phrase it like that either. Again, it's all about lying and manipulating. So he says,
I am paraphrasing here.
I
good
know, but
sir.
it's kind of important to get the phrasing right because of how the manipulations work in this show, unfortunately. So he says, well, it's not the players playing against the house, it's the players playing against other players. So theoretically, if you beat someone, then that means you'll get free. So it should be about half, right? And he doesn't specifically say, half of the people are going to get off scot-free. He says, it could be because this is how it works. But he doesn't say it is like that.
Yeah. And so, Kaiji's thinking about it. It's half, 50-50. That's doable. That's reasonable. And he goes over to the phone, and he's like, here gets a phone call. And he's like, what? You only have 2 seats left? He's like, well, Kaiji, you gotta think it up quick. We're running out of spots here.
Yeah. Hey, remember the scams episode from Konosuba? If you watched that review series when we talked about scams and how my parents got scammed. Yeah, this is also really familiar. Yeah.
And there's no spots left. I'm sorry, Kaiji. I guess you're just gonna have to pay it off in 10 or 11 years. Well, no, please let me on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And
From carefully considering to begging and praying to be able to take part.
It's manipulation at its worst and at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
But Kaiji gets a spot because, of course, there was a spot, and he leaves. And I'm willing to bet for every single person he's recruited, he's done the same spiel.
Mm-hmm.
So, he comes in and he's like, yeah, so I did the good guy act. He thinks I'm a good guy, helping him get a spot on that boat. But, I'm not. No way.
As long as idiots like that exist,
the Yakuza. Yeah.
Gangsters like us will do just fine.
Yeah, the Yakuza will do just fine as long as they have fools like that. So, he outlines the process of getting on the boat, kind of through narration as you get the visuals of Kaiji going through the process of, we have to, you have to be there at night, so it's anonymous. You have to be body checked for any weapons, any cell phones. We take all that stuff away. And you get on the boat, and then he gets into the room with all these people that look all kind of depressed and downtrodden. And the guy comes in, one of the guys in black suits comes in. He's like, well, we have loans here to give out for your playing.
Here are your war funds, is how he phrases it.
You have the minimum of 1 million and the maximum of 10 million. Mm-hmm. The rate is 40%. The interest rate is 40% for every 1.25 minutes.
It's 1.5% per 15 minutes, and you will be here for 4 hours, which means you will need to have 40% more than what you owe.
Okay. I was a bit confused by that. So, you need 40% more than what you owe by the time you leave the ship.
Yep, which means, as I pointed out while we were watching, it's gone from half of the people can get off the ship easily to maybe a quarter. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe less. So all these people are like, oh, this guy gets upset. And he's like, well, would you rather do the 10 or 11 years? It's like, fine.
Kaiji's like, none of us had that choice to begin with. Point of order, they all still have that choice and had it before they came on, but it's not one they want to take. They would rather take the quick, easy, incredibly dangerous route than actually do the hard graft to get out of it.
Yep. Which kind of explains how they got into this situation in the first place.
True, but also, at least in Kaiji's case, he kind of got, dragged into this.
Yeah.
More than maybe some of these other people did.
He wasn't even he was just the guarantor. He wasn't even the one who made the loan. So it kind of sucks. But
he got given a raw deal, and in that circumstance, I can understand him not wanting to do the hard graft to pay off someone else's problem.
Yeah. So Kaiji, one guy goes up and he's like, "Huh, you fools! I'm taking the 10. Give me the top."
Mm-hmm.
And Kaiji's like, "Oh, yeah, it's for me. I should be doing this for me. I should be trying to win this. I need to take the 10." So
I just remembered something, sorry. Yeah.
Kaiji takes the 10 million loan, and they all get sent into this room, this big playroom, and the rules are explained for their first thing. They're all given packets with A and B on it. And the A packet is opened up, and you have 12 cards, 4 of each different kind, and it's rock, paper, scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Restricted rock, paper, scissors.
So you can only play those cards once, and obviously you're going to play them against another one of these players. So eventually, you're going to have some very limited options.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually. Remember I said eventually.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors is something that's very interesting because it is very much about reading your opponent and predicting what they're going to do.
Yep.
If you get a good read on your opponent, you can just blam, 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 and just go right through it and just win every time. So I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Here's the thing. if you're very good at manipulating your opponent, you don't need to bother reading them.
Yeah, true. That's also a part of what I mean when I say reading them in rock paper scissors, because I've actually done that when I've played rock paper scissors with people. Is that I kind of like manipulate them in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like some people use the technique of saying, "I'm going to play rock." And that gets the wheel spinning in the head. Is he being serious? Is he not being serious? And based on in certain circumstances, whether you know them very well, whether they're contrarian or not, that can help. But a lot of the time you can figure out this person's going to believe me, this person's not going to believe me.
I remember No Game, No Life had a really good explanation of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Pretty early on to that show, and how you can kind of use that to manipulate your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see Kaiji's take on it. But
there's going to be a lot of that. This is like No Game, No Life spent like a couple minutes on it. This is like a 12-episode arc. But it's amazing, so I need to preface with that, because saying 12 episodes of rock, paper, scissors does not sound fun. It is way better than it sounds.
No, I can see how it could be just as good as you think. But yeah, the soundtrack for this show is really good, by the way. It's so spot on. Like, it works every scene. The songs that's playing in the background works for that scene.
Yeah, like I think Zero, you first mentioned that when Shades, I know he has a name but I've forgotten what it is, when he's evangelizing about what a shit deal he's gotten by not having any money, and that, you know, well, it's like 100-foot tall basketball hoop. No one's even going to throw the ball. There's no point. And underscored by this is almost like church organ kind of thing. It almost sounds like it's an actual sermon, but there's something not quite right about it.
例えばバスケットボールのゴールが100メートル上空にあってみろ。誰もボールを投げようとはしない。今のお前はその届かないゴールにうんざりしてる。
Yeah, the choir is kind of just twisted in that way that's kind of like slightly, it's kind of distorted. And it's a very interesting like selection for that scene, and just in general the soundtrack is really good and spot on. I'm willing, like, not too much happens in this episode. It's just getting things started, but I'm liking where it's going.
Also, we probably should mention the thing that this show is basically famous for. Zawa. Did you notice?
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
The sound effects.
That's an affectation of the author that does the manga. Like, that's the sound effect that he has for... He uses it varyingly for different scenarios, but a lot of the time it's tension or deep thought or concentration.
It's like the JoJo go menacing sound effect. Where it always shows up and it's menacing.
Yeah, when I first watched this show, I would just constantly, like, in the back of my head be thinking Zawa whenever I'm trying to concentrate on something. It gets stuck. It's very effective.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Zawa.
So that was Kaiji. I'm not going to do that thing where we were giving episodes a grade right away, because it is just an intro thing. Yep. And I can't really give the show a proper grade without seeing more of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So far, I'm liking it.
Cool. All right. So that's episode 1 of Kaiji. I think he said it has a subtitle, but I didn't see one.
Kaiji Ultimate Survivor.
Yeah. So yeah, I am so glad to be watching this show again. It holds up to rewatches, or at least the first episode does. So yay.
Mhm.
So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with episode 2, Kaiji, where things get worse.
Yeah, I can
Yep.
only imagine.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.